taste so bomb. But so if you guys want to check them out, you can swipe up.
Hey guys, who is having a crappy day? Raise your hand. Me, right now. I just wanted to hop on. I don't even really know why. I never get in these moods to just like vent or do a rant or anything like that, but I'm literally sitting here in my studio like I can't film. And this never happens to me, where I feel like I'm here, I know what I should be doing, I should be working, I should film, and I just can't because I'm stressed out and I feel really lost, and I feel in my community especially like I feel really lonely. And through this whole journey of YouTube, I feel like I have been someone who's been super supportive to my friends, and it's been really crap to feel like, not that you should do things to get support, but like, you know, friends should support one another. That's how it should be. And you know, I'm having one of those days where it's like smacked in my face of what's what, and having to take a look at things and realize what they are and not wanting to realize what they are, you know? So I guess I'm kind of hopping on here to share with you guys, like, me and you, because at the end of the day, that's all it's ever been, is me and my audience. You guys matter so much to me, and the reason I started this was not for fame or money, and I have to really be in that all of the time, like in that mindset, and it's made it really easy to say no to a lot of things while other people have said yes. And my story here on YouTube has just been different, and I like that. But it comes with some disappointment, you know. I'm having a rough one, and I guess I just felt like sharing that with you guys. So maybe you don't get lost in all of this land of escape, that real life is what's real, and sometimes social media is just a distraction, and that's okay. When you do so much for people in your life and they not only don't return the favor, but they just don't even see you. Like, I get it. I fucking get it. I'm just so upset. I feel really used, and that's the bad part of Hollywood. Welcome to show business. Everybody says what they need to say and uses who they need to use to get ahead, and I have had about enough. I've had about enough. It's not right. I'm just gonna stay in my lane, and for the most part I always have, and I'm gonna continue to create the most incredible products for you guys, the most incredible content. I'm gonna push myself, but I'm also going to push myself to show you this shit show that you're seeing right now, because this is real, and I would cry to my girlfriend like this, and all of you out there, like, you're my friends. You've helped me build this. You've helped my dreams come true, and you matter, and this matters, and I'm just gonna keep moving forward. But like, I had to let you guys know that, yeah, having a bad day, not good. So not good. So heart hurt. And that's that. But I am just gonna get back to it, and that's all you can do sometimes, is take a deep breath, vent it out, talk to your friends, have a cry, suck it up, stand up, move past, you know? So anyway, if you want to laugh, go watch the PR video. This is not funny. This is probably so Debbie Downer, and I'm so sorry to do this to those of you that think it's cringy to cry on IG. I just feel like breaking a wall down and just getting closer with you guys and being real. So that's that. And I'm gonna go wash my face.
Hey, the beat go off? Hey, I up it, then my heat go off. Bang. I heard he do that sneaky talk. Hey, I heard he was a sneaky dog. I up this fucking fool, then I sneak it dog. Me, I take naps and you a sleepy dog. Catch your ass in the back, shoot up your fifi dog. 2, 2, 3 and set your neck. Even dog. Nigga don't even sneeze, I get the squeezing dog. My little bitch a vet, she said she need a dog. She know I get the checks and I don't speak it all. Some bitches bully me and just to beat for y'all. I'm in the kitchen cooking just to beat. Hey, I ain't got no look them shits, I'm still not seeing y'all. Little bitch, I'm blue, I don't wanna be with y'all.
What is up, Trouble Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keepstar. Let's get right into the news. James Charles has broken a record for losing the most subscribers in a day ever. Today, James Charles has lost, at the time of filming this, over 400,000 subscribers. Whoa. I have been a YouTuber for over 10 years, and I have never, ever seen anything remotely like this. Now, a lot of people outside of the beauty community are confused on what's happening. They know of James Charles, they heard of James Charles, but they don't understand, like, really this tea and what transpired to make this happen. And to answer that, it's just a lot of little things. Last month, a guy came forward explaining what happened between him and James Charles. And what this guy said was this, that basically he is a straight guy and that James Charles used his money, used his fame to try to do it with a straight guy. Like, he was trying to pressure him into sexual things over and over and over again, and James just wasn't taking the hint. And apparently that's what James' thing is. He likes to go after straight guys, not gay guys. He likes to go after straight guys and turn them gay, which is weird, very weird. And again, using his fame and money and all this other stuff to get what he wants. So a lot of people finding that very disgusted. So that was one aspect. Then James, of course, announced his tour, and he had $500 VIP tickets, which people were saying that was ripping off his fans. I disagree on that one, but it's all part of the overall canceling of James Charles. But today, things, the dam broke, if you will. And it all came from James Charles' biggest supporters, really, a YouTuber known as Tati with over 6 million subscribers. She uploaded a video today that was the death blow of James, titled Bye Sister. Now, I can simplify this video to you, and I can simplify the drama that she has with James Charles down to this. Basically, they're good friends, and James Charles promoted a vitamin company which was directly in competition with Tati's own vitamins that she's trying to sell, so there's a beef there. That's the simple version of it, but it's so much deeper. Because in this video that she uploads, you understand that without her, there probably would have never been a James Charles. The very beginning of the video shows how many times she shouted out James and helped out James, and it's kind of unbelievable. Roll it.
James is here to do my bridal makeup, which is what I am wearing right now. I just wanted to congratulate you on almost 1 million on Instagram. I want to say huge congratulations to James Charles. If you have not checked his channel out on YouTube and you want to be inspired, he's a freaking teenager and he's like a genius with makeup. James Charles is the face of their holiday collection, and I saw him do a really cool look, and it just made me want to try this palette. We are going to be taking a first look at the new Morphe palette. Hello.
So beautiful. I'm so scared.
Oh my gosh! Thank you. Like it?
It looks so gorgeous. Do you like
I love it. Sorry, James, I'm on to another Morphe palette, but you guys can still use code James for 10% off this one. I'm the friend that's encouraging you guys to use code James for 10% off of saving. You can use anybody's code. Use, James's code. I'm wearing my sister's apparel.
Wow. So she's obviously helped him out a lot before he blew up, and I mean, just even more, even financially. Roll it.
He always told me that I was the reason that he wanted to get into makeup, and I was the reason that he was inspired to start his channel, and that my channel was one of his favorites, and he just loved watching me. And it was just nice to hear, to be honest. I was like, wow, like this kid, like really, like I'm like the grown-up inspiration, like this, cool, like how can I help you? There's a huge age gap between me and James Charles, and it's so funny because back in the beginning, my husband was like you're not best friends with him, like he's a kid. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm like, but he's really like looking for some help, some guidance. I made the choice that I was gonna help him. Like a lot of people online were crapping all over him. Back in the day, he had drama with Nikita Dragon. I've never screwed him over. I've never publicly humiliated him. I've never done any of that. And a lot of people who are buddy-buddy with him right now have not always had his best interest. They didn't want him to succeed. They saw this new kid coming up and they're like, no, this is not gonna happen. And I was constantly like, you're talented, you've got this, keep going. What do you need? How can I help you? I had a lot of influence at the time. My channel was much bigger. Come on my channel, do my makeup. We started talking pre-CoverGirl, so we're talking before everything exploded. And I had his back then. I invited him to my wedding. He didn't have money for the flight or hotel, so I paid for that happily.
Wow, but it's not even just that. When James Charles started blowing up and he had all these business deals going on and stuff, Tati's own husband sat down and helped him out.
My husband, he ran an agency. He was the VP of motion pictures. He knows the industry through and through. I don't talk about that end of my husband's career too often. He's so gifted with his view of how deals, contracts, business development, he's a master at it, and I love his brilliant mind. He was mentored by Roland Perkins, who was one of the original founders of CAA. He has built businesses and sold them. He is so insanely intelligent. Anytime that James would need help, he'd be like, Dad, what should I do? And he'd come over and he'd be like, I don't like my manager. Will you manage me? And James is like, no, I'm not doing that. I don't do that anymore. But your family, how can I help you? My husband would spend hours on the phone, looking over contracts, getting him in a better position. So we helped him get into Style Hall back when basically no one wanted to work with him because of his Ebola scandal. And everyone was really afraid that he was very toxic. But once again, we had his back. They got a boutique management around him. They finally taught him how to monetize his videos. He was making $90 a video, and because of me and my husband, he was making $2,500 immediately from a switch being flipped because his former management did not go in and do that for him.
Wow. But on top of all of that, James Charles apparently has had some very inappropriate behavior around her, and well, it hit a breaking point. This is what Tati said. Roll it.
I think one of the biggest reasons that I'm doing this video is because all of us are somehow forgetting that his audience is made up of 12 to 14-year-olds, like dominantly, and he is role modeling to them his behavior. His behavior online is what they are seeing and what they are emulating as how they should behave to be successful and adored by the masses. Everything is over-sexualized, and that's the huge underlayer to this all, that I finally have had enough. The last phone conversation that James Charles and I had, he said some things telling me about a situation that happened in Seattle at my birthday, and it literally made me want to vomit. Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. It's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out. You are using your fame, your power, your money to play with people's emotions. You're threatening to ruin them. You're threatening to embarrass them. And you're doing that to have them behave sexually in your favor, even if they're straight. And you know what? That's not okay. That behavior is not okay. Whether you're a woman, a man, gay, straight, bi, whatever sexual orientation you are, that is your personal call and it is not someone else's to take. And you did it at my birthday dinner. And I made excuses for you then. You were talking in detail about things you wanted to do to the waiter. And when I said, James, he's straight, your response was, doesn't matter, I'm a celebrity. So freaking gross. And you said that in front of my family, in front of my childhood friends. I had to call every one of them up the next morning and apologize on your behalf because it was so uncomfortable.
Absolutely unbelievable. So, I don't know. It's like, I totally feel for Tati because obviously she has done everything she can to take care and like, basically give James Charles a career, and then he's just out there promoting a competitive stuff that he know is going to hurt the friend that gave him this career in the first place. So obviously people are upset and they started unsubbing at an alarming rate. James Charles then uploaded an apology video to Tati, and let me just say, this is the worst apology video ever. Guys, when you make an apology video, when you're saying that you're sorry for something, you have to be real. You can't act at all. If you do any acting, people are going to see it. They're going to know you're acting. And in this video that was an apology to Tati, James Charles is just not sincere at all. Here's a clip. Roll it.
Hi all, James here. I'm currently traveling abroad and just woke up, but I wanted to sit down and make a video addressing everything that's going on right now, because I owe everybody an explanation, but most importantly, I owe two important people an apology. To Tati and James Westbrook, I'm sorry for everything that is going on and everything that I've put you through over the past few weeks. In regards to the boy situation, boys have been a topic that I've talked a lot about on my social media journey, and it's a topic that I wish I hadn't.
Wow, I mean, it's just fake. There's no way. I mean, you could read his body language. He's acting. He's acting like he's having a problem breathing, and like, oh, that's not real. That's not that's an animated version of, guys, I messed up, I'm sorry. It's not genuine, and just, you could just tell. So James Charles is in a lot of trouble, and there's allegedly some boys that are underage, which that's a big deal, but James Charles is only 19, so it's not going to be that crazy of a deal. But big enough deal in the beauty community for sure. They're going to latch on to that if it's true. These are allegations. There's just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of predatory behavior. This is going to get worse before it gets better for James Charles. And he is going to be the first YouTuber that I know of that is going to lose 1 million subscribers in a short period of time, which is unreal. It very well might be possible that James Charles' career actually is over. I know that seems insane. I mean, the guy's out there launching stores just right now, like, but this really could be the end of James Charles. As I'm talking to other creators, people are just, they're not messing with James Charles anymore. When he was losing subscribers, right after he uploaded the apology, I filmed his Social Blade Live. And how fast people were unsubbing is something I've never seen before. So I'm going to end this drama alert here. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Every update on the story, we will get it to you. Drama Alert Nation, now over 4,900,000 subscribers.
YouTuber James Charles responds to harassment claims. We'll explain the drama and tell you how Tana Mojo is involved. I'm Kelsey Banis, and you're watching The Daily Report. As we all know, YouTuber / makeup guru James Charles had a blast at Coachella, hanging out with friends and showing off his chaps. But when some fans started to notice a mystery man in several photos with James, They had some questions, like, is James in a new relationship? After a fan thread caught James's eye, speculating about a budding romance, James responded in a now-deleted tweet. Quote, "Nope, unfortunately, I am still very single. This boy played me for months on end and is a disgusting con artist. I'm thankful I had my friends to protect me." Fans were quick to find out that the mystery man in question is a model from New York named Gage and flooded his Instagram defending his sister. Gage clapped back at fans saying, quote, "Some of y'all are good, others just like tea. It'll be cleared up, no missed details, no con artist accusations. Period." And that's when Gage made his first ever YouTube video to tell his side of the story. In the video called "What Really Went Down Between Me and James Charles," Gage started from the beginning, saying first contact happened in January of this year after James DM'd him. The two chatted for a while, and Gage claims James would continually put pressure on him about starting a relationship, despite Gage telling him he was straight. Fast forward to Coachella, and according to Gage, James had invited him a couple of times, both instances which Gage had refused. But a couple of days before, Gage contacted James and told him he wanted to go. He went on to say he felt pressure from James all weekend to experiment, and when turned down, James would play his emotions to try to guilt him into it. This was contested when leaked text messages between Gage and James were posted on Twitter, where James said Gage told him he went to Coachella to, quote, "make things right in person and test out how it would feel to be in a relationship." James went on to say in the text the two had kissed, held hands, and cuddled, all things Gage did not refute within the text. Now, controversial YouTuber Tana Mojo is getting involved and being the protective best friend we all know she is. Last week, she DM'd Gage, stating how sad it was to see him attempt to ruin someone's reputation. And from an outside perspective, he is displaying sociopathic tendencies. Gage then tweeted the conversation, saying he and James are in contact and handling it like mature adults. Tana then replied she watched him kiss James and lead him on all weekend to then make a YouTube video accusing him of being a sexual predator. To which Gage responded she shouldn't be getting involved as he and James are ending it right now. James quickly jumped into his conversation, tweeting, "Ending it right now would mean that you were actually responding. Let's not play more games. This is getting intense." And now James is giving his side of the story. Are you staying with me? Because this is a lot. This weekend, James tweeted a long note with the simple caption, "Boys." In the note, James confirms the timeline Gage had given, but where Gage says he called and simply said he wanted to go to Coachella after refusing twice, James claims Gage called him and said he wanted to go and explore his sexuality. After the aforementioned kissing, hand-holding, and cuddling, James said he would check in with Gage to see how he was feeling, and that's when Gage told him he liked where things were going, but he still wasn't sure about his sexuality. Once Gage confessed he didn't have feelings for him, James said he couldn't help but feel used. He went on to say, quote, "I would never, have never, and will never pressure a guy to do anything. Everything that happened between him and I was 100% consensual." He goes on to take responsibility for the fact it was handled poorly and shouldn't have been made public. But it was his fault for tweeting, and he wishes Gage no negativity at all. But now James is moving on, and we want to know what you think. Are you satisfied with James's explanation? Let us know in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to subscribe to our new Awesomeness TV Daily Report channel, where we are gradually moving all of our daily reports, so make sure to subscribe over there and check us out. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kelsey Banis, and this is intense.